And she runs.
Alright, what's happening, fellow car enthusiasts? This is Brandon with EK3 Media, and today I'm just going to go over a little bit about my 1989 Honda Prelude that I picked up, and we'll be doing resto mod on. We are in the garage. There she is. Got her working on tearing her apart. You saw the little video clip before. This is the headlight that pops up. This is the headlight that doesn't. So I started tearing things down, and I have to wait until I get the battery charger that I ordered. I don't know why I haven't had a battery charger until now, but especially living up here in Alaska, should be something I should have, but I don't. So the guy that I bought this from said that the guy before him had done something with the wiring on this headlight, and so when you turn it on and turn the headlights on, the passenger headlight, this bad boy, it drops instead of pops up. So I actually have not seen it yet, so the battery is completely gone. In order to fire it up the other day, I did jump start it, but I don't want to keep jump starting it. I need to test the battery and that anyway. So I just went ahead and ordered a battery charger. So once I get that, then I can have a better idea of what's going on. I've got the bumper and the two fenders almost completely undone. The driver's side fender here, I have a bolt that is underneath by the door that is stripped out, so I'm going to have to easy out that one. And then I would have everything taken off and a lot further than this if it wasn't for another thing that I found. So the bumper, they have gone through and attached the bumper with self-tapping screws, two of which sit right underneath this headlight that does not come up. I get the battery charger, and that I will be able to get to these screws underneath the headlight. Like I said, I don't know exactly. I can't remember exactly how to manually do it. And I was looking at it. I looked up. I haven't done a lot of research on it. But I do remember that when I had the 90 back in high school, I remember briefly reading something about manually being able to do it. I'll probably dig in a little bit more. I have a bunch of manuals and stuff for it as well. So you've seen, I posted some pictures. It's got a lot of work. Interior is actually pretty clean, other than needing to be cleaned. And that it just needs to be cleaned up. And then someone did a crappy spray paint job of the center console and everything, but windshields. The story on this, I have been looking for a third gen Prelude for 3 to 4 years. My first car was a 1990 Prelude S, the 2.0 S, and it was a blast. It was the carbureted. I think it's still a B20A, but it was the carbureted motor. My mom bought it for me under the conditions that I pay her back, and as long as I had good grades, she would pay the insurance on it, and I would pay the gas, and if anything broke on it, I was in charge of fixing it and getting the money to fix it. So I got into auto shop classes, started learning how to do that, and that's the car I learned on. So, at the time, I was kind of bummed because I wanted an older Mustang. I wanted like a Fox body Mustang or something like that, and we couldn't find one. We couldn't find any Mustangs that were in that $2,000 price range at that time, and I was getting impatient. And we lived in southern Utah at the time, and my mom found this little red Prelude, said, let's go look at it, and I was real reluctant until I saw it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a cool car. So we bought it, and that's where it began. And then I ended up selling it, and I sold it to my aunt, and my cousin drove it around, and got to a point where it just wasn't running anymore, and he offered to sell it back to me for $500. And I kicked myself twice now, because not only did I sell it when I had the opportunity to buy it back for $500, I turned them down. The third gen Preludes they're a legend for one. I think so, in my opinion. And they've become classic Japanese car. I love them. I hated the pop-ups when I was younger. I absolutely love the pop-ups. I cannot wait to have pop-ups again and everything. So, but yeah, there's just something about the Preludes that I absolutely love, and a lot of it has to do with, I'm sure, my younger years. We'll get started on this one and try and get this one restored. So now let's kind of do a breakdown of what the plans are for this. So I have a starting budget of $1,200. I ended up selling my Mazda 6. Any of you guys that follow me on Instagram, Q3 Media, have seen the Mazda 6 build that I did. And I ended up selling that car, and that gave me a budget. So I was able to pay off what I spent for this car, and then left me about $1,200 budget to get this thing roadworthy. And I'm estimated about $800 on the stuff I know I'm going to need. So I am basically going to... the car needs a new clutch, and I'm sure there's issues with the piston, clutch piston, and master cylinder. So, because the pedal goes straight to the floor, there's no resistance whatsoever. So there's that. That's the biggest thing that's keeping it from being roadworthy, from being mobile. I don't know about roadworthy. That's the biggest thing that's keeping it from moving. I am going to just go ahead and pull both the motor and transmission, and we are going to not do a complete teardown. I'm going to do new gaskets. So we're talking main seal, valve cover, gasket, water pump, timing belt cover, all of that stuff. Anything that was gonna go, or who knows how this motor's been treated, for one, and who knows what the seals look like. So we're gonna go through and do all new seals. Like I said, timing belt, water pump. It's got 180 some odd thousand miles on it, and I don't know. I don't really have any maintenance information or anything on it. So we're going to refresh the motor a little bit. Then I'm going to drain. Well, to pull it, I've got to drain everything in that anyway. So it's going to get refreshed, going to get new clutch, and pilot bearing and throat bearing, and I'm getting an XD clutch kit for it, and then I'm just running down and doing all of the maintenance, basically like 120,000 mile maintenance, or one of those checkpoint maintenances. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be running down and doing that whole thing on it. And then while I have it out, we're going to clean it up real good and clean the engine bay up real good, and then we'll put it all back together and see if we can get it driving. So all the stuff that I need to do that, I have estimated, and I'm right around $800. So that leaves me with like $400 extra, which is good, because in case I come across something else that has to be replaced. If not, that will be packed away and saved for other things, because this car is going to need a lot of other things. There's some body work that needs to be done to it. I am working with some of the fellow 3G guys, trying to see if I can get some other parts. I have a possibility on new pop-up headlights. The one that's staying down, it's kind of bent up and rusted and everything, so I'll probably go ahead and replace that. It's also probably going to need, it's going to need tires. So there's $400 right there if I just go with something cheap, which is probably what I'll do right now. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get started on the bulk of the work until fall. Once snow starts flying here in Alaska, I'll have a lot more indoor time. I'm kind of focusing on the outdoor. I run another YouTube channel, homesteading type YouTube channel, with my wife, and so we've been doing a lot of the homesteading and raising our own animals and everything. So that's what we've been doing now. But once winter hits, it's going to be less time outside and more time inside. So I'll probably start the breakdown once snow starts flying here, which will give me a good amount of time in the evenings and weekends to really break into this. So as this happens, I will keep you guys updated, and have some time-lapse videos and some other fun videos. So if you enjoy watching builds and you have a passion for Preludes and or cars in general, this will be fun. So hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, 'cause that'll help us out. And yeah, we'll talk to you later.